All right, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there, and to the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. You hear this, you see the headline, all right, the Australian government will make sure unvaccinated will be will be miserable and lonely for life. We're getting to that point where it's getting bad for everybody throughout the whole world. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Australia government also have the most toughest mandates, and I believe it was another article that I seen said Russia has the world's toughest pass to get around. So basically, you can't get around if you don't have this Q code. All right. So I'm gonna read some of this because this is very interesting. Yes, really. Oh, they're crazy not to get. They're crazy not to get. You know what? Life will be miserable without getting vaccinated. You know what? Said Dr. Chris Perry, the Queensland president of Australian Medical Association, during a television appearance. It says, you won't be able to hide. You won't be able to get a doctor to sign off that you got an exclusive, because there's quite set rules on that, and the doctors would be audited. Every one of their exclusive, if I'm saying it right, will be looked at very carefully. And he added, before threatening doctors with crippling fines and termination. Hey man, there's that draconian. Hey, there you go. There's that draconian laws, man. It says Perry also threatened people who falsely obtain a, exemption, that they will also be hit with fraud charges if they try and get around the system. It's going to be very hard to maintain your employment if you're not, and you won't be able to go anywhere for any entertainment, he said. Perry included by saying that those who don't get double jabbed, I think I can say that, will have a very, very lonely life and wouldn't be able to maintain a job. Now tell me again how, isn't mandatory? During a subsequent comments, Perry blamed conspiracy theorists for making people hesitant to take the In the age of social media, any potential slight headache or small serious problem with is magnified, he said. So there you go. All right, making it hard for everybody. There's a couple. Wow, they're making it hard for everybody. Like, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. Life as you thought it was is over. Matter of fact, Revelation 13. Let me go to the point. All right, Revelation 13 and 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, which the leopard, speaking of Alexander, what they call the Great, all right, the beginning of Esau's empire, of his reign ruling in this world, and his end is the bear, which is Russia, all right. The actual animal symbol of Russia is the bear, all right, and we all know a feet is the end of anything. It said his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat in great authority. I'm gonna jump down to the point I want to get. verse, there it is, 11. It says 13:11. And I beheld another beast came up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, which is those political parties, all right? The Democrats and Republicans at the time was called damn, what was it called again? Shit. The plebeians, and I think it was the Republicans. Plebeians and the Republic, or something to that extent. One represents the same thing, the people, and the other represent the rich. So the same political party system, and this is the point. And he spake as a dragon. So two horns and a lamb. A lamb is a docile creature. So when they speak, when they was doing certain things, it may seem that they had the best interest for people, but in reality, they speak as a dragon, and dragon is known for its cruelty. All right. So in order to speak as a dragon, you have to have an act of a dragon. Because now we've seen the actions of this particular dragon. I'm going to jump down to 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And right now we're seeing the exercise of this power on the earth, all right, which he always had this power, but he couldn't bring it without a probable cause, because a lot of people would have resisted him from the very beginning. Now he put himself in a position where the people are in a need. This is all about supply and demand. The demand is right now to go back to normal, some type of normalcy. All right, they cause something to happen which changed the course of their life, because they had that power. So now, and this power is the image. This image is really the new world order. This is act. This particular thing is all about controlling the everyday life of everyday people. Full control. You're not gonna be yourself. You're gonna be whatever they want you to be. And if you don't do that, expect to die. All right. This proves that this man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, which we've been saying that. We'll keep on saying it. All right. Esau is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Proverbs 29. And now the scriptures are even speaking in louder. 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the people are gonna be mourning. And they're using Australia as like you could say a ground zero, or ground, I wouldn't say ground zero, but as a test sample of what they really want to bring. Okay. Isaiah 10:1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed. Because the grievousness is these laws, these penal codes that they're consistently changing and making the average day person's life miserable. All right. That's what they're doing. They're really changing the whole narrative, how to be. Now, I always got to bring this out through the Spirit. You have God-given rights, and you have rights by Esau. So they automatically suspended the God-given rights, because people, from the moment that you're born on earth, they took these rights away from you because you don't know your God-given rights. And now people are going to fight and die for the right, the privileges that they had before, showing that you never had rights under the power of Esau. All right, you never had those rights. Micah, as a matter of fact, 2:1, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And this thing is just, it just didn't happen overnight. This is years and years of planning, from G summits, G20, G8s, the Bilderberg meetings, the UN meetings. All right, all these meetings, this is what they've been planning for a long time, to take away the rights of the people. The people on the planet Earth right now is going to be in dire straits. That's why Revelations, the 3rd chapter, tells you that everyone on Earth is going to be tested. All right, everybody is going to be tested because this man has that power. He had that power that was his blessing. His blessing was the fatness of the earth. And he showed that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. All right. It says, woe unto them that devises iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it's in the power of their hand. So it is in their power, in their best interest to do the things that they're doing. In order to accomplish and crown their enterprise, they have to crack eggs. All right, they have to crack a lot of heads to get to that point. And their great desire is to wipe the majority of the people on the planet Earth. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is conspiracy fact. All right, in order to conspire, you have to have a body, a government. The majority of the people that's out here, they say they're conspiracy. These people, the government will say they're conspiracy theories, but they're not overthrowing governments. It's the government that's doing all the damage. All right, because it's in the power of their hand. It's in their best interest to do these things. But what they fail to understand, which I'm gonna get this real quick. I'm gonna make this a short show. I mean, just the article itself is self-explanatory. Job 5 and I believe it's 12. So he disappointed the devices of the crafty. Now, when you look up the word device, I'm gonna look up the word devices and crafty, which always do that. Is makashab, shayab. Thought, device, plan, purpose, invention. So every time you look, the storyline changes consistently. It was a virus that broke out of the lab, and people were supposedly dropping dead. Then all of a sudden, around December time frame, it came to the U.S. and from that point on, Trump closed the borders, and there was this variant here and that variant there, and people started dropping dead. First it was the old people, but kids were good. Then they start locking things down. This is all part of the planning, their purpose, all right, their inventions. It says from Strong's definition from contrivance, that is concretely a texture, machine, or abstract intention, plan, whether bad or plot or good advice, cunning work. And this is a cunning work what we're seeing. So now you already had division, not only here in the United States, but throughout the whole four corners of the earth. People have always been divided. Now they're even more divided. You have the people that has the juice, and you have people that don't have the juice. So the people that have the juice feel that they're being cheapened of their liberty, because the people that don't have the juice is jeopardizing their freedom. That's a cunning device. That's a cunning fable to be put out there, but that's what they're working on. All right. It says curious work, devised, imagination, invented, means, purpose, thought. So this is not a thing of they just got up in the morning and this is what they decided. This is a thing of carefully planning. That's why you have Psalm 64 tells you, all right, about this whole planning. And then when you look up the word crafty, it says ararum, subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly, sensible, crafty, shrewd, sensible, prudent, passive, particular, of cunning, usually in the bad sense. And that's what's happening. Is these are cunning arts, these are cunning fables in a bad sense. This is witchcraft at a high time level, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And what is an enterprise? An enterprise is something that you... Let's actually look it up. Is it the same? Yeah. It says Dasha wa wisdom, sound knowledge, success, sound efficient wisdom, bidding success, sound sufficient wisdom, bidding success of effect of sound wisdom. So with the crafty knowledge, the knowledge that they have on the left hand side, you could say the dark side, they trick the world to succeed. All right. Now the people are going to be willing to give up their rights. They're going to be willing to do what they have to take in order to go back to some sort of normalcy. All right. But the Lord said he's going to disappoint that craftiness. He's going to disappoint the enterprise. He's going to disappoint the whole New World Order agenda. That's why Job, the 20th chapter, tells you when he shall fulfill. Matter of fact, let me get that. Let me end it off on that one. Yeah, I could have read the rest of that, but you know what? We'll make this short. Job 20, I believe it's 18. That which he labored for shall he restore and shall not swallow down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and shall not rejoice therein, because he oppress and forsake the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he buildeth not, which is the whole pure history through the Spirit. The brother brought it out camp today, which is the whole pure history of Esau Edom. He takes things. He's a thief, natural born thief. All right. He steals every goddamn thing, and then when he feels threatened that somebody is gonna say something, do something, he passes laws in order to keep his thing going and push a whole nother agenda to make it seem like if you take it from him, you're wrong. It says, verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desire. There shall none of his meat be left thereof. Shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, when he's about to accomplish his enterprise, when he's about to enjoy the fruits of his labor, this is what the scripture says. He shall be in straits, which straits means difficulty, something in a difficult time. Not only that, every hand of the wicked, Amal, shall come upon him. That's why this man is saying, says the Australian government will make sure will be miserable and lonely for life. So now they threaten the lives of every man, woman, and child to not even have human contact because of a false narrative that they're doing. So this is why all hands are going to be on deck, because the people are going to say enough is enough. And there's going to be a lot of other factors to it. And a lot of other factors is famine, pestilence. It's going to get ugly. It says when he's about to fill his belly, he's about to accomplish his great accomplishment, the Most High shall cast a fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. By what? Those ICBM nuclear missiles. So the Lord's going to rain on his parade, so to speak. And it's not going to be something that you're going to just walk through. It's going to be fire that's going to utterly consume you. So that's the future of Esau, so-called white man. So he keep bringing in his New World Order agenda slowly but for surely. Eventually, he's going to come back and bite him in the ass. And the Lord's going to wipe him out with his ultimate weapon. With that being said, something real quick to the Spirit. Shalom to the elect of the nations. So shalom.